Hi, everybody. I'm Roger Blum with Cruise and Port Advisors, and I am back with our take on cruise with
Shannon McKee of Access Cruise, and we are so excited to be back. We are once again in Coconut Grove. I think this is going to be the last time we're going to be in Coconut Grove for a little while. I know we're going to start doing some location shooting because we're going to be talking about the different hotspots in Miami for those of you that are going to be joining us for Seatrade, which we think is like 9 or 10 weeks away. It's just around the corner, Roger.
It is. It's getting close, and as you can see, people want to be in Miami. We're here in February. And you can tell, for those of you coming, and hopefully you're all coming to Seatrade, the hotels are booking up and they're not cheap. The flights are booking up. So do you have any advice for anybody?
Yes. Book early. Start looking. Go ahead and put some hotels on reserve. There's cancellation policies. You can cancel within a few days before you arrive. So make sure that you go ahead and get that done so that you can get the best rates. And we were also talking about Omicron, and the Omicron rates are just taking a dive. Right? We're like 80% down in the US on our Omicron rates. So we see more people traveling. So I know some of you may be still a little bit worried about what's going to happen. Seatrade is happening. It happened in September. It's going to happen now. And you have that flexibility that if you book early, there's still those cancellation opportunities. And you also want to make sure that you register for Seatrade so that you can get the early bird rates.
Absolutely. So let's go back to Coconut Grove. Shannon mentioned we're in Coconut Grove. This is where Shannon had her first office. And little did I think you know that you would be the seedling for the worldwide cruise industry here.
I know! You could never believe it, but we have Ritz-Carlton is located in Coconut Grove, if you didn't know, as well as now Azamara has also announced they are moving to Coconut Grove, so they're right around the corner. It's wonderful.
The world headquarters for the cruise industry is now walking distance from Shannon.
Exactly. So when you come down to visit either the Ritz or you come down to visit Azamara, make sure to give me a call and we can hook up for a coffee also. We've got Panther Coffee, and of course there's always a Starbucks everywhere, right?
And there's happy hours around too.
Oh, there is lots of happy hours.
We like happy hours.
Yes, we do. So speaking of happy hours, we are going to do some location shoots so that we can go and check out some of the hot spots and happy hours throughout Miami. We've got Wynwood and the Design District. We'll go head on back down to Midtown.
Hey, Bayside. We haven't been to Bayside
in ages. We haven't been to Bayside. So there's lots going on. And speaking of lots going on, there's lots going on as far as the cruise industry goes too, right?
Absolutely. When we spoke last week, we said that wave season was getting off to a much slower start than the cruise industry would like. But as the Omicron rates, as Shannon mentioned, are going down, cruise bookings are going back up. So just this week, Royal Caribbean announced that even though the season started off slow and they have to push back their forecast of when they'll return to profitability, that bookings have now returned to great levels. Cunard just announced record bookings. So things are turning around. People are booking again.
That is wonderful news. So I guess it's time for us to take a cruise again, right?
Well, there are some places in the world that things haven't started up the way that anyone would have liked. China, of course, they're still closed. There's rumors, and of course, nothing official out of China, that maybe October, November, you'll start to see some ships coming back, but very slowly. Australia, now it appears that they're going to be reopening for the Australian summer in more or less October-ish. So even Carnival just announced that there are 2 Australia ships that have been kind of hanging out in Dubai waiting to go back, that they're going to come back unexpectedly at the last minute to the U.S. market. For China, Wonder of the Seas, which was built for China, has just been delivered, and it's coming to Port Everglades. So those ships are going to work.
You know what? But that speaks to the resiliency of the cruise industry and their flexibility, because the fact is that because they have movable assets, they can move those ships to where the demand is, which is why they've always been able to survive any of these downturns or, world events that happen, that they can move those ships around, and we're seeing it again. In fact, we're seeing it closer in, I think, than we've ever seen before. They were flexible after 9/11 and they were moving ships around, but I don't think you and I, in our entire time in the career, in our careers, I was been in the business 30 years and you've probably been in the business a little bit more, right? Maybe. A little longer, maybe. But I've never seen it like this, as close in as they're making these changes and these shifts to the ships based on the demand and what's happening globally.
Oh, absolutely. When we would meet with cruise lines, best we could do was talk to them about what's going on in 2 or 3 years. Right now, if we called cruise lines, they're working out things to do tomorrow or this afternoon, and they're being able to make these changes. They're resiliency. That's a Seatrade topic. That's the theme, resiliency.
Right, and we've been working on the Seatrade topics, right? Because we're going to be hosting on Monday of Seatrade, the Destination Day. So some great topics and really key points to all the destinations out there. You know, I know some people have been quiet, thinking that maybe wasn't the time, but really it is the time, because the cruise lines are still shifting their itineraries. They're making changes at the last minute. So this may be your opportunity to get a cruise ship into your port.
Absolutely. So let's just end it by saying, come on to Miami, come to book your Seatrade, book your hotels, come get a drink or buy Shannon a happy hour drink. I'll tag along, and we'll see you next time.
All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.